22. Two variables, x and y, are related such that for each increase of 1 in the value of x, the value of y increases by a factor of 4. When x equals 0, y equals 200. Which equation represents this relationship? This is a funny one. Oftentimes when you have a word problem that has two parts like this, and when I say two parts, this is what I mean. We have this first one. It tells you this part. Each increase of 1 in the value of x, the value of y increases by a factor of 4. That is a characteristic of this equation. Then they also tell us a second characteristic. When x is 0, y is 200. Generally with this kind of thing, when there's a multiple choice question, they would throw in an equation that matches the first characteristic, but not the second. Or they'd throw in one that matches the second, but not the first. And it's your job to find the one that matches both. This problem is an odd duck because there's only one equation that matches the first characteristic, and there's only one equation that matches the second characteristic. And it's the same thing. And when I was going through this, I was expecting to have two equations that matched the first one and two equations that match the second one, and you're trying to find the one equation that matches both, the overlap. That's not the case. There's only one equation that fits either of them. So you could literally pick either of these characteristics, just kind of go through, and you'd have your answer. So let's do that. Granted, you wouldn't know that when you were just starting it, but you can take either of these characteristics, go through, find the one that fits, and you've already got your answer because there's only one. It seems an oversight on their part. They love being tricky and kind of tricking students. So I'm surprised they didn't try to go that route. Let's start with x equals 0, y equals 200. We have our equations. First one, 4 times x to the power of 200, and that equals y. So like, okay, when x is 0, y is 200. Is that true? What happens if I put 0 in there? 0 to the power of 200 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. So y would equal 0, not 200. Okay, that one is out. Our next one is 4 times 200 the power of x. Does that mean that y is 200? All right, well, what happens if x is 0? 200 the power of 0 is 1. 4 times 1, is that 200? Nope, it's 4. That one's out. All right, our next one is 200 times x to the power of 4. Okay, when x is 0, y is 200. All right, x is 0. 0 to the power of 4 is 0. 200 times 0 is 0. No, this is not looking good. D better be right, or else we're going to have to go back and check our math. 200 times 4 to the power of x. What happens when x is 0? 4 to the power of 0 is 1. Oh, happy day. 200 times 1 is 200. Ding, ding, ding. We've got our answer. It's D. Now let's check and see if it fulfills the first one, just to be sure, to make sure we didn't make a mistake. Because frankly, when I did this, I was like, did I make a mistake? Why are there not two options? No, just one. So it says, for each increase of 1 in the value of x, the value of y increases by a factor of 4. When 1 is added to x, y is multiplied by another 4. So what would cause this? This right here, this 4 to the power of x. So think about it. The 200 is kind of irrelevant. Let's just look at it as this point, because the 200 is staying there all the time. It's not changing. It's the 4 to the power of x that's causing the change. So let's pretend it's just this. Y equals 4 to the power of x. What happens when x is 1? Y is just equal to 4. What happens when x is 2? Y is equal to 4 times 4, 4 squared. What happens when x is 3? Y is equal to 4 times 4 times 4, 4 to the power of 3. So every time x goes up by 1, y is going up by a factor of 4. It's being multiplied by 4 one more time. That is not present in any of these other ones. Here, this one, it's going up by a factor of 200. This one, it's going up by an exponential of 4, so it'd be like 1 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 4. Just right there. 1 to the power of 4 would be 1. 2 to the power of 4 would be 16. Why would we be going up by a factor of 16? And this one right here, to the power of 200. Oh my goodness, we're talking about numbers that can't even be written. Like it'll break your calculator to say like 2 to the power of 200. No. D fits both of the criteria. Yeah. In this particular case, it doesn't really matter, again, which of the two criteria that you chose. Both of them, D is the only one that works. So just pick which one you like better. Yeah, just pick one. See if you find at least one equation that suits it. If you find two equations that suit it, go to the other criteria and see which of the two finalists works. But again, in this case, it didn't matter. Either one you chose, there was only one possible answer either way, and that is D. Hey guys, if this was helpful or useful in any way, please let YouTube know so I can keep helping you and others like you. Comment, like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Also, if you're interested in practical or fun math-related items like this math clock or this hopefully humorous t-shirt, click on the links down below to check out my Spreadshop and Etsy stores. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.